Good.
Okay. So I can go ahead and put it live then.
You can. Let's make sure this one.
Good morning and welcome, everyone. Today we have a very special ceremony, the ordination for our novice priesthood training, Radha Kaishin Bhakti. Thank you so much for being here to join us today. You'll find a program at your feet that has all the chants that you'll need for today and gives you an overview of what to expect. When we bow, which is the first thing that we'll do together as part of the processional coming in, you're welcome to tuck that underneath your cushion and then pull it out again later so you've got a nice surface for bowing. Thank you again for being here today with us.
Please be seated, everyone.
With sincere heart and mind, please make your bow to the Buddha. With sincere mind and heart, please bow to your family. With sincere mind and heart, please bow to your ordaining teachers.
Thank you for being here, everybody. Today, in the midst of a world that is filled with strife and violence and ignorance and delusion and hatred and greed and war, in the very heart of that world also a lotus blooms in the muck. And it's our privilege, as well as our job, to see that lotus bloom here today, even in the midst of all the craziness. So for those who are able to physically be here now, and for those who are tuning in from a distance, and those who are so near and yet so far, for all the various reasons, I just want to say I am so grateful that you care and that you are willing to be a community in the midst of this world. Let's take just a moment or two, just a breath or two, and just center in as we prepare to witness this miracle of emptiness about to happen. Let's begin.
We invoke the presence and blessing of all Buddhas throughout all space and time, the ancestors of Daishin Kokuji Temple, particularly the first great woman teacher, Mahapajapati, and all her sisters whose names have been left unsung. the great teachers in India, particularly great teachers of Nalanda, including the great teacher Nagarjuna, the great teacher Chandrakirti, and the great teacher Shantideva. The great teachers in China, particularly great teacher Bodhidharma and great teacher Huineng. The great teachers in Japan, particularly the founders of our Soto school, great teacher Eihei Dogen and great teacher Keizan Jokin. The great teachers from Tibet, particularly great teacher Tsongkhapa, great teacher Pabanko Rinpoche, and great teacher Gelek Rinpoche. The first teachers in the West, particularly our founders, great teacher G.U. Kennett and great teacher Robert Aiken.
That would have been a good place for a bell. Let's have that again with a bell. Not that bell. Look, if you can't have fun during a ritual, it's not worth doing. Okay. So now, speaking of fun, we shall invoke the lineage of the ancestors. And the way this works is I will intone, and then I'll hit the little clappers here, and then you sing back, okay? And this is a pretty serious Buddhist business we're about to do. This is actually invoking these ancestors to be here with us in some way to witness and bless what we're about to do. Namo past 7 Buddhas, Namo past 7 Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Namo Manju Shri Bodhisattva. Manju Shri Namo Samanta Bhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Samanta Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. Successive great teachers, being one with the Buddha and the 10 directions, with all sentient beings, raise the Bodhi mind, let the supreme way be realized. Being one with the Dharma and the 10 directions, with all sentient beings, penetrate all sutra, let wisdom be like the ocean. Being one with the Sangha and the 10 directions, with all sentient beings, lead the people, let harmony pervade everywhere. May all that are present here, in whatever form or capacity, bear witness to the ordination of Reverend Rob Kaishin Bondi.
The way is perfect, like vast space, where there's no lack and no excess. The person who does not realize this truth wanders lost in a world of confusion and hurt, while the person who realizes the way is immediately at home. To be able to play freely in the field of awakening, it is necessary to let go of our clinging. Today, in this ordination ceremony, you make your vow to open your hands and let all be free. Have no doubt, there is nothing that surpasses this opening of our hands, letting go of our clinging and entering the great way. Today, Kaishin, you shave your head and you put on the Buddha's robes. Cutting your hair is a sign of cutting the root of clinging. Changing your clothes is a sign you step out of the cycle of delusion, opening the way of freedom for yourself and for all beings. These symbols were created to remind you to cut the root of delusion, to release that tight grasp, to open your hands, allowing you to hold all things gently with love, compassion, and wisdom.
Remember, Kaishin, remember, among all the Buddhas in the 3 worlds, no one awakened without opening their hand, letting go of dualistic views and realizing bodhicitta. So, this is a special time. Making such a vow is rare in the events of the world. The way of ordination is vowing to walk the path of awakening with all your heart, your mind, and your being. Kaishin, please notice, please attend closely. Your body-mind is turning from its endless wandering among the abandoned grasses, and you are being reborn into the country of no birth, into the native land of all Buddhas. Delusion does not cease, and yet, in this moment, your original face, your true nature, is revealed. Having nothing with which to cover your round head and wearing your Buddha's robes, you stand out a witness before the world that desperately needs it. If you follow this path truly, whoever comes into contact with you receives great benefit. Your abode is beyond the three worlds, and yet its virtue pervades all of the 10 directions. You walk equally among the Buddhas and the ancestors. Remember your teachers and your true nature. Respect the way of the Buddhas of your very heart.
Kaishin. It is said, in the drifting, wandering world, it is very difficult to cut our clinging. But now you are vowing to let go and to realize the truth beyond self and other. This is true gratitude. This is the way of love and compassion. Kaishin, think of your parents and thank them for having given you this life. Consider carefully the mysterious karma that brought you here to this place and this time and this event. Think of what your loved ones, your parents, your children, and Enme have done for you. And further, consider what the Sangha has done to bring you to this moment. Think of your teachers. Thanks to them, you are now able to dedicate your life freely to the welfare and service of all beings. Now, Kaishin, recall the world of boundlessness. That you can do this is indeed rare, so far beyond the imagination of those caught in the tangle of self and other. When, for the first time, bodhisattvas raise the Bodhi mind in the midst of birth and death, single-mindedly seeking awakening, the merit they derive from this very moment mind is deep and broad and truly boundless. Though Tathagatas may explain it minutely, the direct experience of its healing truth can never be exhausted.
We will now prepare the new Buddha. The Tantra attendant and assistant, please, let's get it going. So while the necessary preparations occur, I'd just like to say a few very brief words. This business of cutting the hair has been a feature of Buddhist ordination since its very beginning, some 2,600 years ago. And this tradition has continued to this very day and will now occur in front of us all. It's very important that as this is happening, that we maintain a practice that is typically reserved for Jakai. And that practice is being one with Buddha, being one with Dharma, being one with Sangha. And I would invite everyone here, as the Tantra is applied, to keep breathing in, being one with Buddha, being one with Dharma, be one with Sangha, and please send the merit of that intention to Kaishin as he undergoes this somewhat mundane but somewhat intense transformation. Please. one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha.
Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha. Be one with Buddha.
10 directions.
Be Be one with Dharma.
and the 10 directions.
Be one with Sangha.
And the 10 directions.
Be one with Buddha.
With all sentient beings.
Be one with Dharma.
With all sentient beings.
Be one with Sangha.
With all sentient beings.
Be one with Buddha.
Raise the Bodhi mind.
Be one with Dharma.
Realize all sutras.
Be one with Sangha.
Lead the people.
Be one with Buddha.
Let the supreme way be realized.
Be one with Dharma.
Let wisdom be like the ocean.
Be one with Sangha.
Let harmony pervade everywhere.
Be one with Buddha. Be one with Dharma. Be one with Sangha.
If you'd like to stand and stretch for a moment before we move into the next phase or use the restroom, you're super welcome to do that at this point. Please be seated.
Kaishin, I now give you the inner robe of the Buddha.
Kaishin, and I'll give you the inner robe of the Buddha. Assistance.
Kaishin.
This last hair is called the Shura. Only a Buddha can cut it off. Now we will cut it. Will you allow us to cut it?
I will allow
Bring it, and we will cut it.
Look at the length of that. Isn't that marvelous?
Shaving the head and cutting the Shura, cutting your clinging. You are now in the path of the Buddha. With the mind of awakening, you are free to help all beings in the realm of suffering.
Leaving home, I seek the boundless way, freed from my ancient karma, freed from my clinging, freed from form and color. Everything is changed except my desire to live in truth with all beings. Embracing the path of love and compassion, I vow to free all who suffer.
We now give you the lineage chart of the ancestors. Attention, attention. The lineage chart of the ancestors is being given to Reverend Rinnan Kaishin on this day.
Reverend Rinnan Kaishin's name translates as wheel-turning warm-heartedness, ocean. No, wheel-turning warm-heartedness, ocean heart.
There it is.
There it is, yeah. Kaishin.
Not yet. Here. This. Around town.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, now Reverend Kaishin receives the certificate of ordination. The Reverend, attention. Attention, attention. Certificate of ordination, Rob Bondi. The Reverend Rinnan Kaishin has been given the Kesa, bowls, and the Bodhisattva Precepts of Soto Zen, 13 March 2022. Daishin Kokuji, Buddhist Temple of Toledo, Ryudo Rinsen, Ryudo Doan. It is so. Mizabu.
Rinnan Kaishin receive the zagu, the bowing mat.
O Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, please concentrate your hearts on me. I, Rinnan Kaishin, Buddha's disciple, receive the zagu, within our tradition said to be made according to the Buddha's own. I will use it to protect the Dharma.
May it be so. Reverend Kaishin, we give to you now the priest bowls of the Buddha way. Receive them. Practice with them.
O Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, please concentrate your hearts on me. I, Rinnan Kaishin, Buddha's disciple, receive the Buddha's bowls that are just enough for grateful receiving and eating. I will use these bowls made by the ancestors and follow their sacred meaning. The endless merit of the Buddha and ancestor fills these bowls. I vow to offer it to all beings.
Kaishin, receive the kesa of the Buddhas.
O Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, please concentrate your hearts on me. I, Rinnan Kaishin, Buddha's disciple, receive the Suttara Sangha robe of 7 panels, each panel made from 2 long pieces and 1 short. I will wear this robe of the Buddha with the mind and body of its sacred meaning.
I would ask everyone who's received Jukai to take your Raksu and put it on your head, and we will practice the verse of the Kesa together.
Vast is the robe of liberation, of formless field of benefaction. Tathagata's teachings, saving all sentient beings. Vast is the robe of liberation, of formless field of benefaction. I wear the Tathagata's teachings, saving all sentient beings. Vast is the robe of liberation, of formless field of benefaction. I wear the
Renowned Kaishin, now wearing the clothes of the Buddha and having received the Tathagata's bowls, we will give you the Bodhisattva Precepts. Wishing to receive the precepts, first of all, you should confess and atone using the verse given to us by our ancestors on the Great Way.
Gata of atonement, all evil karma ever committed by me, sins of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought, now I atone for it all evil karma ever committed by me, sins of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought, now I atone for it all evil karma ever committed by me, sins of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought, now I atone for it all.
Having confessed and made atonement, you have purified your body, mouth, and thoughts. This purification arises within the mystery of atonement, our returning from separation and toward the way. Next, you reveal yourself as the three treasures, which have the virtues and merits of the one body. Once you reveal yourself as the three treasures, all virtues and merits will be in complete accord. And now we will have the wisdom water blessing. Purification of this water reaches everywhere.
Everything is new and fresh. 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 Everything is new and
extra. And slightly wetter than it was. Well done, Reverend. Well done. What's your mic? You will now receive the precepts. Repeat after me. Let's say being rather than be. Be one with the Buddha.
Being one with the Buddha.
Be one with the Dharma.
Being one with the Dharma.
Be one with the Sangha.
Being one with the Sangha.
Be one with the Buddha, in oneness, the awakened nature of all beings.
Being one with the Buddha, in oneness, the awakened nature of all beings.
Be one with the Dharma, in diversity, the ocean of wisdom and compassion.
Being one with the Dharma, in diversity, the ocean of wisdom and compassion.
Be one with the Sangha, in harmony, the interdependence of all.
Being one with the Sangha, in harmony, the interdependence of all.
The Buddha has been revealed.
The Buddha has been revealed.
The Dharma has been revealed.
The Dharma has been revealed.
The Sangha has been revealed.
The Sangha has been revealed.
The three treasures are revealed. From now on, the Tathagata, Buddha, complete awakening, and perfect wisdom are your guides. Do not follow misleading or false ways. Because of the benevolent compassion of the Tathagata, you have been able to reveal the three treasures. Will you maintain them?
I will maintain them.
Will you maintain them?
I will maintain them.
Will you really maintain them?
Really, really.
I will really maintain them.
Extra reallys there. All right. Apparently needed.
Next, you receive the 3 pure precepts.
Not knowing, thereby giving up fixed ideas about yourself and the universe, will you vow to cease from evil?
I will.
Bearing witness to the joy and suffering of the world, will you vow to practice good?
I will.
Healing yourself and others, will you vow to save all beings?
I will.
These are the 3 pure precepts. Will you maintain them?
I will.
Next, you will receive the 10 grave precepts.
The 10 grave precepts. Recognizing you are not separate from all that is, will you vow to take up the way of not killing?
I will.
Being satisfied with what you have, will you vow to take up the way of not stealing?
I will.
Treating all beings with respect and dignity, will you vow to take up the way of not misusing sexuality?
I will.
Listening and speaking from the heart, will you vow to take up the way of not speaking falsely?
I will.
Cultivating a mind that sees clearly, will you vow to take up the way of not intoxicating mind and body?
I will.
Unconditionally accepting what each moment has to offer, will you vow to take up the way of not discussing the faults of others?
I will.
Speaking what you perceive to be the truth without guilt or blame, will you vow to take up the way of not praising yourself while abusing others?
I will.
Using all the ingredients of your life, will you vow to take up the way of not sparing the Dharma assets?
I will.
Transforming suffering into wisdom, will you vow to take up the way of not indulging in anger?
I will.
Honoring your life as an instrument of the great way, will you vow to take up the way of not defaming the three treasures?
I will.
These 16 precepts, the 3 treasures, the 3 pure precepts, and the 10 grave precepts originated in the Sangha of Shakyamuni Buddha, and they have been transmitted through all generations of Buddhas and ancestors to us, and now we have given them to you.
Will you maintain these precepts as your very life?
I will.
Will you maintain these precepts as your very life?
I will.
Will you really maintain these precepts as your very life?
I will.
You may bow.
Kaishin. When sentient beings receive the precepts, they enter the realm of the Buddhas. This is the Buddha treasure, complete and absolute awakening. Truly, those who embrace the precepts are children of the Buddha.
The wheel of the Dharma turns and turns. Each generation manifests the great way. Today, you join the lineage of the ancestors and raise Bodhi mind.
All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who reside in the 10 directions, please listen to me. O teachers, please listen to me. By means of my virtuous roots in the nature of generosity, ethics, or meditation, which I, in this and all other lives, cultivated, enjoined others to cultivate, and rejoiced in the cultivation of, I will generate the spirit of great unexcelled perfect enlightenment from now until I reach the heart of enlightenment, just as the earlier perfect Buddhas who are Arhats and Tathagatas and the great Bodhisattvas who reside on the high levels generated the spirit of unexcelled perfect enlightenment. I will liberate all beings who are not liberated. I will free all beings who are not freed. I will relieve those without relief. I will cause to reach nirvana those who have not reached it.
We will now have the ceremony of recognition.
Buddha recognizes Buddha, and Buddha bows to Buddha.
As Reverend Kaishin passes, we invite you to respond and acknowledge his ordination with a gasho. while we wait as he fusses with his zagu.
No. Just make it work for now.
That's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Off you go. Please make sure the aisleways are clear so they can move through easily. On this auspicious occasion, signs appear in the 10 directions. The earth trembles and blossoms fall. All bodhisattvas ask all Buddhas, what is the meaning of such an extraordinary sign? All Buddhas reply, in this world, a follower of the Buddha's teaching has received the Bodhisattva Precepts from their teachers, who has received previously it from theirs. All bodhisattvas resolve to observe the precepts timelessly. Therefore, the universe manifests joyfulness.
The bodhisattvas vow to all of those who renounce the suffering of the samsaric ego as ordained priest, saying, now that you have ordained, you practice and study together with all Buddhas. Therefore, accept all Buddhas as witnesses and teachers, and accept the bodhisattvas as your fellow practitioners.
Please be mindful of these precepts moment after moment, realizing them in your daily life. Due to the ripening of this great opportunity, your body now rests in the Dharma world. Realize that the whole world is involved in maintaining these precepts.
In these precepts, there is no subject and no object. And so, of course, there is no merit either. Within this mystery, our practice is timeless and boundless. Preserve the good roots of these precepts and share the Buddha way with all sentient beings.
Reverend Kaishin, you have received the Buddha's precepts, and all beings have therefore entered Buddhahood. All beings have therefore entered Buddhahood. With your name and robe, with the lineage of transcendent wisdom, truly, you are a child of Buddha, one with all beings. 3 bows.
As Kaishin faces the Sangha,
We would encourage people to come up and offer some words of encouragement. We'll form a line if the ushers would help with that.
We'll need the handheld mic to be accessible.
Brother, you picked up your sagu. I couldn't flatten it out for you. You look wonderful bald. How long will you keep it?
I will keep it.
Maybe so.
Kaishin, thank you. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your practice. It is daily a model for me. Thank you so much for doing this.
Kaishin, we are so lucky to have you. I am so lucky to have you in my life ever since the first day I went to second day I went to session and you taught me how to actually get food. You've always been there for me. Thank you for sharing everything and being there to help at all times. The Sangha couldn't be luckier. Thank you again.
Kaishin, you are our sewing master at our Jukai, and all of the robes that you have sewn or helped others sew, including the ones that you're wearing today, every stitch matters and every stitch is meaningful. And we're so grateful that you share all of you with all of us. It feels really appropriate that when a Canadian gets ordained that we have snow and then sunshine 10 minutes later. The universe is recognizing your ordination.
Kaishin, thank you for your warm heart. Thank you for your dedication to Sangha. Thank you for time together in our living room talking about punk rock and playing Go and for being you. Thank you for everything. I love you, brother.
Kaishin, thank you for your practice. You are a beacon of awesomeness for me.
Kaishin, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to make it through session, my first session. I wouldn't have received my robes. You just mean so much to me and so much to everybody here. I just hope that you know how loved you are, and I am so grateful for your practice, because without it, I wouldn't have mine. So thank you for being a part of my life and allowing me to be a part of your special day. I love you.
Kaishin, you were sewing master at my Jukai as well, and in that horrible, horrible, horrible moment when I realized I had sewn my rice field upside down, in spite of maybe 10, 15 reminders to not do that, I felt my heart break. Jukai is an emotional time, and you were there with the surgical precision of a true sewing master, gently trimmed all those threads that I had mistakenly done, turned it around and set me right. And every single day when I think of all the things that I should have control over and the illusion is there and everything goes south, I think about that and I remember how one kind person can nudge you back on the path. And I will always, always be grateful for you. Thank you so much.
Reverend Kaishin, that sounds so wonderful to say. Deep bows. In my role as administrator, I hear Jukai, Jukai, Jukai. And when I hear that, I have this model from you in your sewing master role, and us saying Kaishin, 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 and needing help or to know where something is or something. And I carry that because you did that with such grace and such gratitude for the community. And may I hold that well, and your ocean heart. Deep bows.
Kaishin, you've been a model of practice to me since the very first day I have even heard of the temple, even going back to podcasts and things like that. And I think I just want you to know how much gratitude I have for you and how much admiration. I'm so excited for you and so excited for us to have you in this community. Thank you for everything that you've given to me and to the Sangha.
Kaishin, you will be a guide of wisdom and compassion. You have always been a guide of wisdom and compassion throughout space and time, and a skater boy. I love you.
Hello, Kaishin. One of these times I'll catch on with your new name myself, but to hear the description, I think sounds totally right. I'd really be doing a disservice to myself to not stop and think of the kind of presence you've been here for all these years, driving all the way down here, filling all these different roles, being the cook, sewing master, all these different things. And my personal favorite is Arts Night, your love of music. I just love the fact that I have people like you here in this Sangha. And thank you for your practice.
Kaishin, this is so cool. This is just so perfect, seeing you in this robe. And I'll just speak for myself, but I don't think anyone would disagree that
I would trust you with my life. You're such a kind and gentle person, and whenever I don't know what to do at session and how to act, I ask myself, what would Kaishin do? and then I make a mistake. So thank you, Kaishin.
Since the first time I met you, Kaishin, you handed me the packet for my practice. I always felt a heart connection.
This isn't going to go smoothly. I asked about ordination a long time ago. And there weren't, the time wasn't right, and what was necessary was not in place. As we've grown as a community, the mode for me has been to serve. That has been the gate for my practice. And the more I practiced and the closer I got to this moment, the more I came into focus who I was serving, a community that was growing. And I mean, I say community simply because we don't have the time for me to mention each of you by name, all the people who've come in to my path, and those who aren't here anymore because life has taken them in different directions or away entirely. There's a sense that a newly ordained priest is supposed to dedicate their priesthood. I didn't panic right up to now because I still don't know. But what I feel is that there are far too many people who don't connect, who move through the world surrounded by others, but they don't connect. They see things differently. They speak to each other in the same words, but they're not speaking the same. And for whatever those people encounter in their life, I dedicate my priesthood to being that one kind person that they may encounter as we find out what it means in North America to hold this ancient tradition to the rock, hoping that roots will take and nourish others. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you all. Carla and Terry, and Anmei, my parents. This has been perfect in the midst of all the mud. Thank you.
I joyfully announce to all beings everywhere that the ordination ceremony of the Reverend Rinnan Kaishin is now concluded. after which our new priest will lead the Sangha in 3 bows.
To restore the Shukke.
Beings are numberless. I vow to freedom. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha ways unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha ways unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha ways unsurpassable. I vow to embody it.
awesome.
So, thank you everyone. That concludes the formal ceremony. We're going to move into the celebration. The reception line is going to be set up over here where you can greet Kaishin. Before that, there is a station for you to write a haiku in honor of the occasion on a beautiful piece of paper. And then you can take the haiku up when you're doing the greeting. If no haiku comes to mind, you can still do the greeting. We have snacks available. Do we have an update? Reception lines out. Oh, update. Reception lines out there. Poem writing station still out there. Cookies and other treats, coffee, etc. Also they're available for you. There are so many people here, we're not going to have regular announcements, we're just going to have one announcement. If you love Buddhist ceremonies, if you thought this was great, come back next week, same time, same place. Ango opening is next Sunday, and that gives everyone here an opportunity to take a vow to deepen their own practice. So hope to see you here for Ango opening next week. Please restore the Zendo and have some cookies.